September 13, 2012, stakeholders from several organizations who work within Fishermead convened for a 2-hour conference at the Trinity Centre. Stakeholders included representatives from Milton Keynes Council Health, Environment and Housing Departments, Thames Valley Police, Neighbourhood Action Plan Steering Committee, Fire Services, local residents, Milton Keynes councillors and Campbell Park Parish councillors, amongst others. The aim of the conference was to devise a way to improve cleanliness and living standards on Fishermead. Following brief presentations from Councillor Halton Davis, a local ward councillor for Fishermead, and Lee Mooney, Senior Regeneration Officer, Neighbourhood Action Plan Steering Committee, the attendees were divided into 4 groups. The meeting regrouped to listen to presentations from each group.
The important thing I said about our group was that there was a good cross-section of people in the group. We had parish councillors, council, TDP, etc. So it was a good, nice mix of people there. We all said that currently we're all working on the estate, trying to do as much as we can, trying to work with as many people as we can. And in how we want to be involved in Fishermead in the future, that was essentially it. It was building the contacts up, trying to sort of share as much knowledge as we can with each other. And just trying to be as positive as we can moving forward in trying to share the information we have.
I mean, like all the other groups, there's a good cross-section of people from MKC, Bucks Fire and Rescue, Brian, who was a resident, and Seth, councillor. 2 main things everything evolved around was sort of trying to create a standard for Fishermead, if you like, a standard of behaviour, a standard of this is how clean you keep the area, this is when you put your bin bags out, this is how you deal with things. To try and build up some peer pressure, really. If anyone knows me, I've done a great advocate of things called neighbourhood agreements, where there's a bit of this is what we do as a council, what we do as a parish council, but these are your responsibilities as residents, and this is what could happen to you if you don't do it. And we introduced a similar one on Bean Hill for about a year. So it's trying to get a Fishermead standard, but coupled with trying to build up some community advocates or community champions. It's a very diverse community on the estate, not particularly well represented here today. People have the opportunity to come, they've chosen not to come. So maybe do this type of meeting again in the evening, but try and build up a network of community champions or advocates who represent different sections of the community. So, a lot of people don't like to come out to meetings, but they've got a representative, a street representative, who can act on their behalf. Maybe that's the way forward.
Street representative. And I know they've just done this on D13, haven't they? They've given representatives for the different blocks. And it seems to be having quite a positive impact. So I think, quite right in what you say, that if you had maybe a representative from the big old streets here, aren't they? So to have one that would reflect the whole street is probably, but if you had one that was maybe from each block, and then they came together as a group and became part of the residents.
We thought that we had quite a diverse, more ways than one, membership to our little group, so to speak. Parish council, charity, police, MK Somali Association, the FRA, Mighty, Milton Keynes Academy as well, which is great. There seemed to be a lot of passion and a lot of interest in community and moving forward, involving lots and lots of different people, particularly the youth. Isn't that a lot of people willing to try different things to make things work? More about this is that there was a lot of organisations doing a lot of good things and a lot of good work, and it needed networking and all coming together to enhance that good work that's already being done and making it more of a big splash, and hopefully more awareness of what all these different groups are doing when they're coming together will create more awareness, more positivity, so more people get involved, and even if they don't get involved, like somebody said earlier, they're more concerned about what's going on outside their front door and in their particular street.
Following the group presentations, the following items were suggested as next steps. 1. Organise an evening meeting to accommodate even more stakeholders, like the Fishermead Residents Association. 2. Set up neighborhood champions. 3. Contact estate agents in order to communicate with landlords about the upkeep of their houses. 4. More regular networking of stakeholders. 5. Organize a deep clean on the estate. 6. Educate residents on being responsible for keeping the estate clean and also on the resources available from the council to help them. 7. Sustained and greater enforcement of fly tipping regulations and laws.
I'm Dan Kendrick. I'm Parish Water Councillor for Fishermead. I'm also an officer for the FRA and also Secretary of the NAG. Get involved in lots of things in the community, Trinity Centre, etc, etc. I'm passionate about the local area, particularly passionate about the youth and providing opportunities, educations going forward, and hopefully future altruistic relationships where they're going to be future parish councils, etc. One of the things that came out of the group session that we had today was that there was a lot of passionate people, a lot of people that really cared, lots of good ideas, lots of good work already going on already. But it seemed a bit pocketed, so to speak. It was really, really good, and a lot of people didn't know what other people were doing. And I thought coming together will enhance that, give it a big team spirit, bigger awareness, more people are invited to come involved in that. And this networking is sort of like, it needs to be a hub where everyone can plug into that hub, find out what everyone else is doing, how they're doing it, what they're doing it, and if one organisation will like another organisation, what do you do, what can you do, what would you like to do, so that we would like this, and sometimes Milton Keynes Council or Camden Park Parish Council might not necessarily be the best vehicle for that, and I think a lot of people coming together with all their works will be a fantastic way forward.
I'm Rob Harriman, Neighbourhood Warden for Milton Keynes Council, covering Fishermead and Central Milton Keynes and the south side of Milton Keynes. Working very closely with the Residents Association, the NAGS group, the schools, doing a lot of education on the waste, the fly tipping, people putting out their rubbish early, attending residents' meetings, and basically trying to improve the environment for everyone and reducing antisocial behaviour, working with the police and obviously the residents. Excuse me. We're here, we've got plenty of enthusiastic people here today, as Darren's already said, and I think with this hub idea we've got a great opportunity to turn around the perception that nobody cares about Fishermead and that we can make it into a fantastic place to live, and that's what I'm here for, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
I'm Libby, this is Maxine, we're from Milton Keynes Council Neighbourhood Management Team. We work a lot on Fishermead, dealing mainly with landscape, waste, highways issues. Maxine's a lot with the waste. Do you want to say anything about waste?
I work with Rob Harriman, who's the other warden for Fishermead. He's been on here a lot longer than me, only started in May. But waste is a big issue on Fishermead. We are sort of dedicated to try and improve the area and get people to take responsibility for their rubbish. They just don't dump it outside the back of the houses on the green spaces.
So we go and talk to people, we give them letters, we tell them the correct procedure, give them information how things can get collected, and by educating them hopefully they'll pass that on and remember that rather than just dump it.
Yeah, we work in the schools as well. We do school assemblies on littering and also junior nags, which is a group of children that go out and they'll do environmental audits, and they'll look at what needs doing in the estate and they'll report that in. So they're learning that from an early age of what they need to do, the correct procedures and everything.
Good ideas coming out of today?
Yes, very good ideas. I think lots of passion that was said in the meeting. So it's just about how we take it forward and what the next steps are.